So do you also use Cashfree to sell your products online? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to add Cashfree payment details in Airtable. So over here I'm running a EduTech company and we sell our courses online with the help of Cashfree. So now what I want is that as soon as a new payment is made in my Cashfree, which is as soon as someone purchases my course, automatically that same details should be added into my Airtable account automatically. That too without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Cashfree and Airtable. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? Then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen everyone. So in this tutorial I'll demonstrate how to automatically record payment details from Cashfree into Airtable. This automation allows you to maintain an organized and accurate record of all your transactions without manual entry. So you can also stay on the top of your payment tracking with this seamless workflow. So let's get started with a really simple example. Let's say that my name is test user and I'm just going to purchase this PHP course, alright. So as you can see that I've entered all of my details and now I'm just going to complete the payment. So as you can see that I've already entered all of my details and yes, you can see payment successful. So with this we have successfully purchased the PHP course as test user. You can see these are the details and this is the order ID. Alright, so now I'm just going to open my Airtable account and yes, over here you can see the details have been added right over here automatically. You can see the same order ID, customer name, customer email and the customer phone number added. That too in real time without any manual efforts. So yes, this is the automation we are going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this automation for your business, then for that you have to watch this video till the end. So to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of hours free every month to explore the application. But over here, I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we're going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are just going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to add Cashfree payment details in Airtable. Cashfree to Airtable, and then we just have to click on this create, and as soon as we're going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. So trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow will run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. So that's the reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. So let's get started with our automation by selecting our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm just going to select it as Cashfree. So I'm just going to search for Cashfree and then we are just going to select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to select it as payment via form. So basically trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So over here what I want is that as soon as a payment via form is received, my workflow should be triggered or started. And as soon as we are going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL. So we are going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Cashfree account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. So first I'm just going to copy this webhook URL and then we have to follow this help text, and it is saying log into your Cashfree account, go to the developers, payment gateway and then webhooks. Alright, we are going to follow the same. I'm just going to put my Cashfree account. from here we have to go towards this developers, and after coming over here towards the developers we have to go towards the payment gateway and then webhooks. And as soon as we are going to come over here towards the webhooks, you can see three options: payment gateway, payment link and payment form. So we have to go towards this payment form right from here, and then we have to click on this add webhook endpoint. And now it is asking me for the webhook URL. So we are just going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow and then click on this test and add. Once again, test and add. And yes, you can see webhook added successfully. So yes, with this we have successfully created a connection between our Cashfree account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And over here you can see that we have captured this response, which is the proof of our successful connection. But over here I want to capture the response of my customer only. Alright, so for that I'm just going to click on this recapture webhook response and do a test submission so that we can capture the response of our customer which is related to our services or business. So I'm just going to open my form and we're going to do another test submission with the new details so that we can capture the response for the same. So let's see that for the name I'm just going to keep it as demo user, email ID is this and the phone number. And now we're just going to click on this pay securely 499. I'm just going to select my payment method, use this UPI ID and then click on this proceed to pay. And we're going to wait for a few seconds till our payment gets confirmed. Alright, and yes, you can see payment successful. So with this we have successfully completed this payment and we have successfully purchased PHP course. As you can see, this is the order ID, you can see the name, email and the phone number. Alright, so now what has happened is that Cashfree has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm just going to open my workflow and yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response. You can see the same details which we entered. You can see the same customer name, the same customer phone number and the same customer email. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new payment via form is made in my Cashfree account, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered and Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same. Alright, we are going to move on forward towards our action step. What I want is, I want to add Cashfree payment details in Airtable. So for my action application, I'm just going to select it as Airtable. So I'm just going to search for Airtable right over here and then we are just going to select it. And now for the action event, we have to select it as create record and click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Airtable account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection and now we have to click on this blue button which says connect with Airtable. And as soon as we are going to click on this blue button, over here you can see that Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So yes, I'm going to give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for because my data is secure with Pabbly. Over here I'm just going to select the base for which I want to give Pabbly the permissions. So as you can see, the name of my base is payment details. So I'm just going to select the same base right over here too. So I'm just going to search for payment details and as you can see the same, so I'm just going to select that same base and grant the access. And as soon as we're going to grant the access right over here, yes, you can see authorization successful. With this we have successfully connected our Airtable account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me for the base name. So as you can see that we have selected only a single base, so that's why it is giving the same. So I'm just going to select the same. And now for the table name, I'm just going to select it as all payments. Now it is asking me for the order ID, customer name, customer email and customer phone. So you can notice that these are the same details which we have in the columns right over here of our Airtable account. Alright, so I'm just going to enter these details one by one so that we can add the same details right over here too. But we are not going to enter the details manually or by copy pasting it, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering, what is mapping? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Cashfree as our trigger application. So we are just going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so now it is asking me for the order ID, right? So I'm just going to map the order ID. I'm just going to look for order ID in the previous response and as you can see the same, so we're going to map it. Now this has turned dynamic because I've already mapped it. Alright, we're going to map the name and make this field also a dynamic one. As you can see, demo user, we are going to map it. Same we are going to do with the email. I'm just going to look for email and map it. Over here we are going to map the phone number too. I'm just going to look for phone and map it. So now after mapping all of these details, we just have to click on this save and send test request. And as soon as we're going to do so, yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that we have successfully created a new record in our Airtable account with these same details. So now I'm just going to open my Airtable account, and yes, you can see a new record has been added. You can see the same order ID, the customer name, customer email, and the phone number which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new payment via form is received in my Cashfree account, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered. Pabbly is going to capture the response for the same and create a new record in our Airtable account related to the same. That too without any manual efforts. This workflow is going to run in backend, and we can just sit back and relax. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on the save and send test request button. This is going to run in real time like we showed you in the starting of this video. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.